at my parents' place. I had recorded videos of the whole process of what we did in the tear apart of the house, gutting it, getting everything finished, the condition of why we did it, what it looked like, and all that good stuff. And I lost all those videos because this damn camera, the card on there said the card needs formatted, and everything that was on it was lost. So I had pictures and videos of the whole process from the beginning to the end of what we've been doing for the last, well, it must have been 17 days now that I've been working on this place. I leave tonight to go back offshore, but I wanted to get a quick video of where it was at and where I'm at, and this way everybody has a video record of it. I've spent 17 days, anywhere from 8 to 12 to 16 hours a day in this place, tearing it apart and cleaning it and gutting it and cleaning and spraying bleach and bug spray and blowing fans like that into every wall and every crevice to get everything dry, and emptying cabinets full of water and tearing out. Kevin came down and helped me a few times, and my son Kevin, and did some of the hard labor, like tearing out that marble for me and tearing up the vinyl floors, and some of the brute lifting, like moving the washer and dryer and the freezer out and stuff like that. Some of the low work, I did a lot of the low work, but some of the crowded low work, like under the cabinets where it'd be almost impossible for an old man like me to crawl into. He would go in there and cut it out, which was in those cabinets. We had to go in and slice holes in every cabinet in the back, and then put fans blowing in there to get rid of any mold. Like I said, I had pictures of videos and pictures of the mold, where the mold was. There wasn't a lot because we hit it right away, and had to pull all the insulation out though because it was staying wet and it wasn't letting it dry. But it still didn't have any mold because I'd been hitting it with bleach the whole time. But spaces where I didn't hit, where Kevin came and helped me cut and get the insulation out, I did have mold, which was behind those cabinets in there, and it was on the wood, and then behind these tubs in here. Last night I did the final cuts because we cut the walls out to get behind the tubs, but I couldn't get underneath them, so I cut some strategically placed holes. This one goes to the other bath in the hallway, and it holds in the master bath here, right there, to be able to get air pushed underneath the tubs and get all that dry too, and also to spray bleach, which is burning my throat because I have put a lot of bleach in there, so it's a little wet still, but everything is dry. And I'll pull all the blowers out, except for a couple of them today. What's in here probably, and go from there. But at first I just pulled trim and socket outlets and tried putting blowers on it and drying it. It didn't dry it. The insulation on the outside would dry, or wasn't drying because it was behind drywall. So then I went and cut 6 inches around the whole house and put blowers directly on the insulation. The outside of the insulation was drying, but the face of it here was drying, but the inside in the middle by the outside walls wasn't drying, and up into the walls wasn't drying because it went about 11 inches high, right about there. So I had to pull all that insulation out from all the way around the house. It's burning my throat. I had cut a hole here and there was insulation. I had fell off the walls. So Kevin, I cut another hole here to give me access underneath the steps, and also to make this a closet later. But Kevin came in and pulled all that off, and you can see where the insulation is, and that way I could get it dry. And then I put a blower in here to dry all this, because it wasn't drying, but there's still something wet. Had to get all the wet insulation out to get the moisture out of the air and get it dry. This is one of the bedrooms, which leads to the attic, closet, stairwell, secondary, full bath. Had to cut that part of the tub so I could reach down and get all the insulation that was in the wall back there. And it was sopping wet. And then of course, like I said, going around the whole house, did the same thing. One of the bedrooms, ripped up all the wood floors, all the vinyl. Master bath. That pulled that tub, that pulled this tub. Same thing, ripped out all the marble so we could get behind that wall. Access hole on this side of the tub. All of it. Toilet. Cabinets. Those are the beds we could save. They didn't really get wet. There was a little moisture in there, so they felt dampish but not wet. So we sprayed the bottoms of the box springs with bleach, and we had the mattresses out within a day, so nothing had any smells to it. This is the last bed, one of the last bedrooms. But there was wood floor throughout the whole house, wood tiles, wood floor, vinyl, and ripped out all the floor, cut 6 inches or a little bit, give or take, around the whole house, pulled all the insulation around the whole house, underneath the cabinets and everything. All the floors pulled, all the base trim pulled. Anything that was wet, we pulled it. And I've spent, I think, 17 days down here, like I said, working my ass off. But the house is dry. There is no mold. The only mold I found was behind those 2 tubs. And other than that, there's the garage. I'll go up to there, show you under the cabinets. This was the last step that we did, which was the other day. Cutting holes under each cabinet. Insulation out from behind each one of the cabinets. Put the fans in here so we can get them dry. So we need to go in between each one, cut every single one so you can get access to the insulation around the baseboards. And then we put bleach, and I bug sprayed, and everything's dry. So we're at that stage. And same thing, I blew fan into his water heater, but there really wasn't no moisture in there. But pulled that and checked it, and it's pretty good. So it's unplugged since no one's staying here. Go out to his garage. You can see the water level in the back of the house. Traces of it. There's about 11 inches throughout the house. It's probably almost 2 foot back here in the backyard. The house is elevated, so we got lucky that the slab is built so high. It is about 2 foot high right there. And when you go back to the garage, it even gets deeper as you go back, because it's close to 3 foot back here. And all these neighbors were underwater. I lost all those videotapes, but they were underwater for 4 or 5 days. Even while we were into the recovery of this house, they still couldn't even get in to start because they were still canoeing in and out after the storm. 4 or 5 days still, because it took forever for all this water here to drain, and there was a lot of it. So, but when you look at the mower, this is a riding mower. So prime examples on those doors right there. You can see the water level was up to there inside this little shop. And you can see the riding mower here and how high it is. And you see the watermark right there. It was all the way over the engine on the steering wheel. So if you look at it, it was pretty high in here. Everything that's in here is underwater. So, and still holding water. I didn't notice that, but I didn't work in here any. There's some of the water still in the buckets. Ain't that great? So, a little bit of disgusting flood water. But it went down pretty quick. So, you can see how high it was. You can see the water levels right there on this board. It's right there. It's right about 3 foot throughout the garage. The house took about 11 inches. The yard took about 2.5 towards the front. And that's about it. Recovery part's done. We've, like I said, ripped out all the flooring, ripped out all the trim, cut all the baseboards, ripped out all the insulation, sprayed with bleach, sprayed with bug spray multiple times. We used fans and blowers to blow dry everything, and then moved things that we could save into the garage here and back to the house.